Yesterday, right as I'm leaving the house, it was announced that the Oklahoma Sooners got yet another key addition to their 22 class. This time, top 300 player in the nation, Jake Taylor, the offensive lineman out of Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas, commits to the Oklahoma Sooners, and we've got to talk about why this is such a big deal, both now and into the future for Oklahoma. But before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from y'all. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you happy with the way that Bill Bedenbaugh and Lincoln Riley have approached the offensive line this cycle? And let me know what you're thinking there. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content, and I would love to have you along for that journey. And if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions are massive to content creators such as myself. But with all of that being said, let's talk Jake Taylor. And first and foremost, when we're talking Jake Taylor, he's already a top 300 player in the nation, ranking 286th overall, which is incredible. But when you're able to package a Jake Taylor with Sexton and Demetrius Hunter, you can see the blueprint for a very talented offensive line that Bill Bedenbaugh and Lincoln Riley are looking to put together to help the future of the Sooners. The offensive line is something that the Sooners have always had and had a very strong unit of. But with Bill Bedenbaugh and the offensive prowess of Lincoln Riley, it makes complete sense that they're trying to do everything they can to capitalize on that offensive line so that the offensive success can continue. The Oklahoma Sooners have been synonymous with success when we're talking about their conquest within the Big 12, owning the Big 12 championship, but now they're looking to take that next step. And guys such as Sexton, Hunter, and Jake Taylor are guys that can help them do that, getting these big nasties along the offensive front to protect the amazing quarterbacks that Lincoln Riley seems to get. I mean, right now you have Spencer Rattler. When we look in the future, you have Caleb Williams. And if Malachi Nelson ends up going to the Sooners, I mean, that kid right there is head-spinningly talented. The future is incredibly bright for the Oklahoma Sooners at the quarterback position, which I think everybody could have guessed as long as you have Lincoln Riley. That's kind of the Sooners' MO, and even before Lincoln Riley, the Sooners have been great with quarterbacks, so that's to be expected. Continuing the offensive line at a high level is one, also to be expected with Bill Bedenbaugh, but two, incredibly necessary to get the results that you want out of that dangerous offense. Jake Taylor is a guy that can help you with that. Top 300 in the nation, 6'6", 290. But the thing I really like about Jake Taylor is some of the things I talked about the other day when we were talking about Derek Moore. Derek Moore coming from a very established high school program that is known for putting guys into the next level and playing college football and playing successful college football. And even when you look at what they do in high school, they're practicing against other very talented kids and they're playing games against some of the better teams in the nation. St. Francis, the team that Derek Moore was on, played Mater Dei. I mean, Mater Dei, one of the top 10 teams in the nation perennially. Bishop Gorman is cut from the same cloth. This is an institution that plays very, very tough schedules, and they have a very talented roster. So Jake Taylor is no stranger to competition. He's no stranger to hard work, and he's no stranger to having to use everything in his repertoire to be able to win, because he played a very intense high school schedule. He had great coaching, and he got to practice against other very talented players, all of which are going to help him on the next level. And this isn't to say that Jake Taylor is going to come in there and instantly play day one. The offensive line is a position that it is a big jump, and some guys take a little bit, but you can usually tell that a guy is going to have it or not once he gets to the next level, and Jake Taylor looks to be one of those guys that has it. This is so big for the Oklahoma Sooners because when you look at the class in its entirety, and specifically those three offensive linemen, Sexton, Hunter, and now Jake Taylor, that is a really good group to have. And I understand Hunter's a 3-star, but before 24/7 Sports reworked the way they did their descriptions of players, and before it went from exterior offensive lineman to interior offensive lineman when it was graded as tackle, guard, center, Demetrius Hunter was the #1 center in the nation. And because of that, he's a guy I think we could see have a meteoric rise this season. I think he could rise into a 4-star area, but regardless of whether he's a 4-star or a 3-star, that's really just getting too wrapped up into a label. Demetrius Hunter is a very, very talented football player, and pairing him with Sexton and Taylor is going to pay massive rewards. Bill Bedenbaugh is absolutely one of the best offensive line coaches in the nation. We've talked about this, and Oklahoma is one of the institutions that develops offensive line with the best of them. So it's no surprise when I see Oklahoma in a competition with the likes of the Alabama Crimson Tide and Notre Dame for a guy like Jake Taylor and then winning. This this is an individual that a lot of teams in the nation wanted, and Lincoln Riley and the Sooners are both very lucky and very happy to have him a part of this 22 class, because this offensive line class for the Sooners is shaping up to be really, really good. It's something I've talked about at length when talking about my Alabama Crimson Tide in the class last year. That offensive line class for the class last year for the Crimson Tide is the reason why I'm a little bullish on Alabama still being such a good college football team in years to come, because their trenches are in great hands. And right now, we're seeing the Oklahoma Sooners kind of do a lot of the same, letting us know that the streak they're on right now is not one that looks to change, and that they have their eyes completely set on the next level, and they look to get there, and they absolutely have the talent and the coaching, and getting guys such as Jake Taylor is only going to help that cause now and into the future. Hop down in the comments, let me know what you're thinking about this offensive line class for the Sooners, because I truly believe that you can tell a lot about the future of a program based on how they've recruited the offensive line position. Odds are, if you've recruited the offensive line position at a high level, you have an extended window of how you can be incredibly dangerous in the college football landscape, and the Oklahoma Sooners are showing that right now. So let me know what you're thinking about that. That's it. See ya.